Yes, good morning, Nikki. We are in the Putnam County EMA, and right now I am joined with Brandon Smith of the EMA. And of course, he had a very busy night, the night of March 2nd into March 3rd. Now, I want you to walk everybody through what happened for you and your entire team that night and that morning. Sure.
So we started the night like we do most severe weather nights in our severe weather operations room, which is attached to our emergency operations center. So monitoring the storms, communicating with the weather service, our broadcast partners, in our local media outlets, and just working through what may come, getting the information out about the storms. As we saw the storm causing damage in Nashville, we kind of ramped up things a little bit, got a little bit ahead of it, got our storm spotters out and into place. And then once the tornado was on the ground, once we felt by looking at radar and talking to our weather service partners, we felt like it was actually a tornado on the ground, we moved to the 911 center where, within 5 seconds the first call came in, and 2 to 3 seconds after that, every line on the board lit up and just stayed that way for hours.
So when you think back to that night, is there anything that you guys could have done differently or wish you had done differently?
I don't think so. We've really tried to dissect that and figure out, is there something we could have done different locally? And there's really nothing. We have the great relationships with our emergency responders, with all of our support agencies. And so once the responders got in the field, we worked in the 911 center to get them the resources they needed. We very soon thereafter, the mayor and the director of emergency management activated this room, the emergency operations center, which was full with, during briefings, we probably had 60 people standing in this room working.
And over the last 365 days, you and I were talking, and you said just the community has just come together. Just explain that to me.
Yes. The most overwhelming part for any of us was really how our community responded to each other. Our community took care of itself. There were volunteers just coming from everywhere. We had volunteers from all over the country, but we had thousands of local volunteers some are still working in the field today helping residents clean up. And it is just really impressive to see. We had our partners with our volunteer agencies, the Red Cross, Samaritan's Purse, some of those folks here, and we were talking about what a mess it was, just trying to coordinate that sheer number of volunteers. And they said, we've never seen this before. We've worked Joplin, Tuscaloosa, hurricanes, and they said, we've never seen this kind of volunteerism before.
And that just speaks to the volume of the people of Putnam County and really everybody here in Middle Tennessee.
That's
Thank you so much,
right.
Brandon. All right, guys. So, yes, Brandon Smith from the EMA. And, of course, there are several events today. According to the mayor, they will be commemorating and marking the one-year anniversary of this ever-destructive tornado, the EF4 that came through and killed 19 people, injuring hundreds of other people across of Middle Tennessee. And 25 people actually died in those 10 tornadoes across Middle Tennessee and southern Kentucky. So we'll send it back to you guys now in the studio. And don't forget, I've got another full check of weather here in just minutes.